We have quite a few significant updates today as Sony has posted the official PlayStation 5 website noting that PlayStation 5 is coming and you can sign up for updates, so we'll go over that. PlayStation 4 worldwide shipments have gotten an update and they have reached another incredible number, and we have an update on PlayStation Now's February games. What games will be joining the PS Now lineup? We'll be going over that as PS Now is becoming more and more of a compelling option ever since it dropped down to $9.99 a month, or you can even get it for $59.99 a year. So starting things off, yes, Sony has updated their site and now they have a PlayStation 5 section, and that probably means that a reveal will be happening very, very soon. Now, I know we've been beating this dead horse for quite a while now, but if they're updating their own site, I would imagine things are coming along rather nicely, and the official site specifically notes, we've begun to share some of the incredible features you can expect from PlayStation 5, but we're not quite ready to fully unveil the next generation of PlayStation. Sign up below to be among the first to receive updates as we announce them, including news on the PS5 release date, PS5 price, and the upcoming roster of PS5 launch games. Honestly speaking, I think some people are going to look a little bit too much into that statement and think that Sony doesn't even have the PS5 release date and PS5 price ironed out at this point. I really think that Sony has those elements of the PlayStation 5 ironed out. It's just that they're going to announce it when they're going to announce it, but yeah, I don't think that's indicative of anything. And if you do want to sign up, they have a full email address, confirm email address, and then they need your date of birth as well, and then you can start getting updates on PlayStation 5 directly from Sony. And I imagine when we actually hear news of this State of Play event or whatever it's going to be, this PlayStation 5 event, you would be one of the first people notified about it if you do sign up for this. PlayStation 5 is, of course, launching in holiday 2020, and it's really incredible how Sony has done subtle, minute things to stay in the news cycle. I mean, just updating their website and allowing people to sign up and get updates about the platform. Those updates probably going to enhance their presence in the news cycle. This in itself is already making the rounds on social media and everything. I think Sony is handling the PlayStation 5 reveal really, really well, even though a lot of people might be thinking, have they really done anything? Well, yeah, they've actually done a lot by not doing anything because they've kept the speculation high, and when they do reveal nuggets of information, it doesn't even have to be huge. It could be a goddamn logo and it'll be, 5 million likes on Instagram. Numbers like that are absolutely crazy, so it's really interesting to see how well received Sony is with the PlayStation 5. I know the Xbox Series X is probably a little bit more talked about at this point, but you have to factor in that Microsoft already unveiled the look of the console. They already unveiled some games with games like Hellblade 2. We know that Halo Infinite is coming to the Xbox Series X, where with the PlayStation 5, it is a lot of speculation. It is a lot of talk on, Ratchet & Clank might be a launch game, Demon's Souls might be a launch game, Horizon 2 might be a launch game. All of that is speculation. Once we actually get some cold hard facts and we actually get information about the games and everything like that, everything's going to come together, and I really think Sony's going to dominate the news cycle with all of the information. From a gaming standpoint, I think Sony's going into next generation with a lot of momentum, and that's at this point where, they haven't revealed a lot about the PlayStation 5. When they actually reveal a lot of that information, man, the momentum's going to explode, and you're already talking about parlaying north of 100 million people that have bought the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 5 is going to have backwards compatibility, which 99.9% chance it is, especially with PlayStation 4, then you're already talking about 100 million people being incentivized to get a PlayStation 5 over an Xbox Series X. So a huge leg up and a huge advantage for Sony going into next generation. However, they can't rest on their laurels. They can't just think, hey, we're so far ahead, we're gonna win out anyway, because look at what happened with the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was an absolute train wreck, but I do think that Sony is learning a lot from their past failures. I think they've learned a lot from Microsoft's failures with the Xbox One's launch, and I think Microsoft learned a lot as well. It's just a growing process, and I think now more than ever, both of the manufacturers, both of the console publishers, they understand how the market is going to work and understand how to really have a successful launch, and I think Sony is laying the table out. I think they're planting the seeds to do exactly that come holiday 2020. But sign up at the link down below. You can check it out for yourself so you can be updated with all the information regarding PlayStation 5 directly from Sony. Alright, moving on from that, we're still in the PlayStation 4 era, and PlayStation 4 worldwide shipments have topped 108.9 million units, 6.1 million PlayStation 4 shipped in 3 months that ended December 31st, 2019. Worldwide total shipments for PS4 have reached 108.9 million units. Sony announced in its financial results for the 3 months ending on December 31st. A total of 6.1 million PlayStation 4s were shipped during the second quarter of fiscal year 2019, which is down 2 million from the 8.1 million shipped during the same period the previous fiscal year. Sony did not alter its previous forecast that it will sell 13.5 million PlayStation 4s in fiscal year 2019, which runs from April 1st, 2019 to March 31st, 2020. 13.5 million units on top of the already, 108 million units or so that they've already sold. That would bring them above 120 million units. Look, if Sony can close out this generation and they can end with the PlayStation 4 selling 125, 130 million units, that's a double thumbs up from me. That's a very, very successful console generation. 120 million units, 130 million units, whatever the case may be. If they get to around that number, that is highly, highly successful, and I do think they're going to hit that, especially because after the PS5 comes out, I do think there's going to be a PS4 price cut. I do think that, PS4 sales are obviously going to slow down, but I do think that there's going to be a few people here and there buying it, and if you could trickle those sales up to, 130, 135 million units, you're closing out the generation with a highly, highly successful console. Also, another thing to note, there are 38.8 million PlayStation Plus subscribers as of December 31st, 2019, which is actually up 2.5 million from the 36.3 million subscribers during the same period the previous fiscal year. Man, they're just raking in absolutely obscene amounts of revenue. You can think whatever you want about PlayStation Plus. I don't agree with paying to play online, but as far as sheer revenue goes, they are making a killing off PlayStation Plus, and it begs the question. I think a lot of people will think, hey, why have the PlayStation Plus games been a little lackluster some months? But at the end of the day, the majority of you guys that are watching our channel, you should be paying $3 and change a month for PlayStation Plus, so you shouldn't be that upset. But the majority of that 38.8 million is not watching our channel, and hey, there might be some people going month to month paying $10 a month, which is insane to me. Even if they're paying $60 a year, that is a ton of revenue that Sony is just generating by offering PlayStation Plus. And it's rather interesting because it's not like Sony is super into online gaming. If you talk about the games that are really selling people on PlayStation Plus, yeah, you can make an argument some of the freebies do, but really it's to play games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, all of these other games that aren't necessarily Sony first-party creations. So from their standpoint, they've just created this infrastructure where they can have people sign up to their platform. Yeah, they're going to offer you the network, they're going to offer you cross-game chat and all that kind of stuff, party features, but as far as playing the games, which is the selling point of PlayStation Plus, that's really coming from a lot of the third party, and it's a rather interesting thing to note. They also noted that PlayStation 4 software sold 81.1 million units in the third quarter of fiscal year 2019, which is down 6.1 million from the 87.2 million software sold during the same period the previous fiscal year. 49% of those sales were full game software digital downloads compared to 37% the previous year. That means that people are going the download route much more. You're talking a 12% jump year over year. That is a significant jump and goes to show that more and more people are going the route of buying digitally downloadable titles. And I offer you this, I think that's an even bigger factor going into next generation with backwards compatibility being a thing, because that means all of those games digitally are going to carry over and you're kind of locked into that. In an era where a lot more people are buying physical games, hey, you would have the option to trade in your games, you could sell your games, but now the games are locked to your account. You're going to want to keep them. You paid money for them, so why not pick up the platform that is going to let you have backwards compatibility and still retain those games and play those games? Definitely an interesting topic to think about, and just goes to show the changing climate is really going to affect brand loyalty even more, because once you're in that ecosystem, and I think that's such an important topic, these companies, Microsoft, Sony, they try to get you into this ecosystem so that you'll be invested into buying digitally downloadable games. You'll subscribe to PlayStation Plus, and they can make all of this residual revenue off of you that they're not necessarily making just profiting off selling the PlayStation 4. Ultimately, the profit is going to come from selling you games, selling you PlayStation Plus subscriptions, and hopefully keeping you in that ecosystem for a very, very long time. Lastly, I do want to quickly go over the PlayStation Now game updates for the month of February. They are adding some very, very notable games, and there is a PlayStation blog posted right now by Brian Dunn, Senior Marketing Manager over at PlayStation Now, and he notes, "Hello PlayStation Now fans, February is here, and that means a new batch of PS4 games joining the PlayStation Now library. Starting today, PS Now subscribers can enjoy The Evil Within, Lego Worlds, and City Skylines, which will all be available to stream and download on PS Now. These titles will join the PS Now library of more more than 800 PS4, PS3, and PS2 games in all. Obviously, Evil Within is a great game developed by Shinji Mikami and the team at Tango Gameworks. It's a very, very horror-centric title with a very psychological story. I thought that was a rather good game. Lego World's an open-world Lego title, a rather interesting title there. And Cities Skylines is a game with a lot of longevity to it. You can play that game for a very long time. Obviously, you can sign up for PS Now with a 7-day free trial. It's $9.99 if you go month to month, $60 if you sign up for a year. I think routinely they do offer it at a little bit of a discount. Honestly, if you compare updates like this to the updates that Game Pass gets on a month-to-month basis, yeah, it does fall a little bit short, but nonetheless, there are north of 800 games available on PS Now on PS4, PS3, and PS2, so hey, you can check all of those games out. Obviously, the PS3 games are only streamable, and I do think that's where a bulk of the quality from the library comes, so hopefully with the PlayStation 5, those PS3 games will be directly downloadable as well. I think that would make a world of difference for the success of PS Now. That's gonna conclude this video. Again, go ahead and sign up for the PlayStation 5 news updates. Leave a link to that in the description box below, so check that out. Worldwide shipments have topped 108.9 million units, 38.8 PlayStation Plus subscribers, 81.1 million units of PlayStation 4 software sold, and 49% of those are digital sales. That's a rather interesting statistic. And PlayStation Now has gotten a significant update with City Skylines, The Evil Within, and Lego Worlds all being added in the month of February. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.